What's up, folks? Johnny Lee Reinoso here with Don't Admire, Acquire. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for your time. Today's video is all about acquiring the necessary skills and the understanding of knowing when to go in and ask for the meeting, okay? So this is for all those folks who are doing a lot of cold calling in today's environment, all right? You're doing B2B cold calling, even B2C cold calling, and you're calling your target, your ideal, and the whole purpose of this is to have a quick level introduction and bring them to the calendar so you could schedule a meeting, okay? So I'm gonna talk about one of the key critical mistakes that people do during this time, but how and when to ask for the meeting. Let's get started.
I'm Johnny Lee Reinoso, and this is Don't Admire, Acquire.
Okay, so when you're making a cold call, notice that the need value or the time value scale here says 50-50. That's because it's sitting at par, it's even, okay? One does not have leverage over the other. Okay, when you're making a cold call and you're introducing yourself, you're introducing your product or your service, your company, you don't have leverage over that person's business or that person at all, that person's time. There hasn't been any level of leverage yet because you're just introducing. So let's not make the big mistake here, okay? Let's not make the big mistake here to intro, okay, plus, let's say value, let's call it value, but let's call it pitch, then equals the time to ask for a date on their calendar. It doesn't work that way, folks. It doesn't work that way, and you're gonna find yourself getting a ton of no's, not interested, no time, no budget, no nothing, because you went from intro to pitch to try to get a date on their calendar. What you need to do is you need to go from intro to pitch to ask questions. Let me give you an example. When you go to a retail store, imagine you walk into Bloomie's, if you walk into, Saks Fifth, you walk into Macy's, you walk into Banana Republic, wherever you shop, you're walking into the store. Sales associate comes up to you and says, "Hey, how are you doing?" You say, "Great. My name is Jane if you need anything." And then she comes over 2 seconds later and says, "Hey, come right over here. Come right over here. Come follow me." And you follow the person and you get to the register. And she turns around and says, "Cash or credit?" And you go, "For what? I don't have anything." And she says, "No, cash or credit." You go, "For what?" That's the same thing that happens here. "Hey, my name is Johnny. Let me know if you need anything. This is what we actually have on sale right now." Yep. 2 seconds later, "Hey, come follow me. Cash or credit?" Folks, come on. This is the currency. Okay? Their time is the currency for what you want to share with them. You're asking them, "Give me money, AKA your time, and I'm going to share with you some great information that I know will speak highly to your business, to you as a leader, to your organization, to your industry," okay? Which is the whole reason why you identified that person as a key buyer or a prospect for your services, okay? So when you're cold calling and you're introducing yourself and you get an objection, this is key. I need you to write this down. Your objective is not by any means your way to overcome their objection. Your objective does not overcome their objection. In other words, if somebody says, "I appreciate you calling me and sharing with me what it is you guys do. We're not in the market right now. We're not looking right now. We don't have any time right now." "Well, Steve, I appreciate that. I understand timing is everything. Can we just find 30 minutes next week?" It doesn't work that way, folks. Many people are still doing this fatal flaw of assuming that they could just re-articulate in some way, shape, or form their objective in order to try to get or overcome, rather, their objection. What you need to do is ask questions. What you need to do is you need to segregate their objection, and react. You need to repeat. Empathize, ask, close, and thank them. Right? Don't worry about the spelling. You get my point. You need to react. And how do you do that? You react to what? You react to their objection. Notice how I have it here in a box. You want to isolate their objection, and then you want to react towards it. When you react towards an objection, you're on your path to overcoming it. Again, people make a fatal flaw. They assume when they react to an objection, that now all of a sudden They already overcame it. You need to ask more questions, okay? You need to make sure that you're getting a yes from them before you go to the close and thank them. So better than say when you react, when you do R and E and A, you need to do more A. You need to ask. Different types of questions. And don't ask yourself questions you technically don't know the answer to. What do you mean by that, Johnny? What do you mean by that? Well, if I'm talking to somebody, let's say I'm selling some kind of software to a head of sales, and I'm articulating to them the value proposition that we do. I introduce myself, the value prop, the pitch, how we support sales leaders like himself, what we do. And they say, you know what, we just are not looking at changing our technology right now. And then I go and I say, well, that's interesting. I said, absolutely, I completely understand. And I'm trying to isolate it. If you were looking to change your technology based on what I shared with you, would it be of interest to you? I'm trying to isolate it, right? I'm repeating, I'm empathizing, I'm trying to isolate that. Right? And he might say, well, yeah, I guess so, because I liked what you said about this. Wonderful. Well, expectations aligned, we completely understand timing is everything, right? And by no means did I call you here to look at finding a date when we could get started or even assume that you were in the market for, overhauling and changing your current technology right now, Patrick. Absolutely. That was not my intention here. Let me ask you, are you still head of sales for the XYZ division? Yeah, I am. Oh, wonderful. And last I recall, that division was the largest division of the organization, correct? Oh, yeah. And then typically they talk more. Oh, yeah, because this is what I've been doing, and this is how great we are, and this is how wonderful I've been. That's wonderful. That's great. Absolutely. And now, notice, ask questions. I'm leaning what he is and who he is towards the value. Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why I called you here, Steve, is because, being such a transformational leader like yourself, being such an innovative leader like yourself, and seeing from an outsider in all of the wonderful things that you've been doing in the organization and leading the largest team, we believe firmly that our service, our product, our methodology would highly, resonate with you and your team. And timing aside, timing aside, we still would love to find about 35 minutes to an hour of time to reconnect and share some of the methodology and really give you a high level demo, if you will, so that we can at least more about how we can be of service to you when you're ready to make a switch. You see, and that's when the value exceeds time. Value will never exceed time unless you, say it with me, ask questions. Ask questions. You need to look at it like this. Value, time, value, time, value, time. Okay? Value has to exceed time in order to have a clear path. Notice this. Clear path to the calendar. If the time exceeds value, look. No path to the calendar. It bumps. It doesn't get there. It hits a dead end. Okay? When somebody gives you an objection and you're working to overcome it because you're reacting, you're taking the person from here to here. They give you an objection. I don't have time. They're above value. You start to talk about why you agree and understand timing is everything. You're getting them to understand more and more and more, and you're still here. You ask more questions, boom, you get yourself above their time. You listen empathetically for how they're reacting themselves, how they're replying to you, how they're saying yes or no. You got to make sure you understand those cues. Then you go right to the calendar. You get yourself a hot meeting. You get yourself to close some good deals. Folks, it's all about time versus value, okay? I hope you appreciate this video. If you like it, hit the subscribe button below, okay? Hit the subscribe button below, comment, and share this with others in the game of sales. I appreciate you. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to bringing you more value at Don't Admire, Acquire. Talk to you soon.